Hi everyone, welcome to another interview. We are here at ITC Europe in beautiful Barcelona. I'm joined by Nazim, who's going to walk us through some pretty interesting stuff. Just before we kick off of that, just a very quick intro, Nazim, and then we'll get straight into the questions.
Perfect. So first of all, thank you for being here. My name is Nazim. I'm with Allianz X, and Allianz X is the digital investment unit of the insurance company Allianz SE. And what we do is we invest globally into late stage, growth stage insurtechs and other businesses that are adjacent to Allianz.
Fantastic stuff. Let's kick off. I mean, anyone involved in the insurance ecosystem right now would say it's no secret that's a pretty tricky investment landscape right now. But from your perspective as the CEO of Allianz X, how do you think insurtechs can be more resilient?
Well, I would first extend the worries that people have. I don't think that it is just specific to insurtechs. Yeah. I think it's a general market sentiment. And not only a sentiment, it is the fact. If you look at what has been happening in the past 12 to 24 months, I think the environment is difficult for everybody. So what do insurtechs need to do to be resilient? What we always say is, and this was also always our focus, an insurtech has to understand that it is composed of two words. There's the tech part and the insure part. And interestingly, the insurance part comes first, so the insure. And you need to understand the insurance business. And what do I mean with that? To be more resilient, you need to understand how to manage your loss ratio, how to make the right pricing, and how to manage claims. And not only on a tech part. I think you have to understand that tech is basically an enabler of your insurance, of your core insurance business. And once you get this done, you'll become more resilient because everything, your whole balance sheet, your whole P&L will change with that. So that would be my advice to insurtechs. Focus on the core of insurance.
It's something that people kind of stray away from sometimes when starting these businesses. I've seen it a few times. Sticking with the doom and gloom for a little bit longer, what's your biggest concern moving ahead to the second half of 2023 and even beyond that?
Look, let me start with good news. You called it like the doom and gloom. Look, we've been there, we've seen it, it has happened, and it's okay, right? Because otherwise, if you don't have the volatility in the market, how are you going to make money? And how are you going to grow? So you need volatility in the market. So does it worry me? Yes. But is it something where you would say, oh, this is a black swan and we haven't seen that? No. It's part of the business, and it's very important that you understand the reasons for it, that you know what was the cause of it, and we will get out of it. We are a big believer in cycle theory, and normally I would talk now about cycles, the innovation cycles, the short-term investment cycles. So that said, we're going to get out of that for sure. What worries me is that certain macroeconomic topics have not yet been set. So that means we see like in the US or in Europe inflation getting down, but so what is the cause of it? We don't know how the interest policy will be continuing. So there's no stability. And I would have always guessed that towards the end of this year, we will see a rate cut in the US, but now I would push that to 2024. I don't know whether that's going to happen this year. So those are the topics that that worry me. So it's still a little uncertain. So the uncertainty is still there, and uncertainty is always bad. And you can also see that with the developments in the stock markets. Right, it's going up and down, sometimes good news, sometimes bad news. So it's still very volatile under that.
Yeah, it's something that any of our regular audience will know about me. Is I'm a big fan of the pendulums. It swings in one direction, it swings back, it'll happen again.
And currently, it swings back and forth, and you can also see currently it's a lot about psychology and not fundamentals.
Absolutely. But I'm gonna keep you pinned to this doom and gloom topic. Maybe you'll rephrase it as you did so eloquently last time. Again, not a secret, insurance has a talent shortage. Insurers struggle to retain young people, or even from a talent acquisition point of view, get them through the door. I mean, how can insurance as an industry address this gap?
Look, I think first of all, if I look around here with the ITC, and we see like a lot of new developments regarding insurance. You know, what I many times hear is insurance is a boring business, which is not the case.
Agreed.
You know, people are saying, you know, insurance doesn't have the emotion. Maybe yes, in our world, because we have too much of insurance and we take it as given. But if you think about insurance at its core, it is life-changing. And what do I mean with that? Once you know I have protection, you can change your whole behavior. And we see that, right? Because we also invest in companies and have invested in the companies that are working on insurance inclusion. And once you go out, and we did that during the DD, and you speak with people who for the first time get insurance, understand what insurance is, you'll understand it's a very emotional topic. So that's part one. I think we need to show to the talent that this is a, you know, let's put it this way, a sex industry. An industry that's also changing lives. And an industry not only changing lives, but also has a lot of impact on economic growth, not from, you know, the business itself, but just from a mentality change. So I think this is one part. The second part is, and I'm referring back to ITC and what we see here, obviously there's a lot of innovation that we can bring into insurance. So it is a sector where people with creativity, where people with an understanding of finance can have a huge impact. So from that perspective, we need to just message it right, and then I think we can overcome the talent shortage.
And finally, let's move on to more positive. I'm going to give you a more positive question this time because you've dealt with that very admirably. But let's do a bit more of a softball one. If you know what markets are looking particularly interesting to you right now in terms of expansion for, you know, and take that as you will. What are you really looking at here?
Look, currently we are focused on the US, and you know, you can also see that in our deals. Last year we led the two largest insurtech investments in the US, Coalition and Pi. We're looking at some other investments in the US, and what in the US in particular, SME market, because it's a very fragmented market, and once you get the access to the right companies that can offer to the SMEs an easy insurance protection, there's a lot of potential in that market. And the good thing is also, if you look at it when I'm talking about fragmented, even incumbents are very fragmented on that sector. So with an insurtech, you can really become quite fast number 3, 4 player or even number 2 player in that segment. But you need to have the right solution, and I think we picked the right one. So that's a market, a sector that we're very much focused on.
Yeah, I remember reporting on those raises for Coalition and Pi. They were absolutely blew me away. They were monsters, weren't they? Nazim, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. Everyone watching at home, please do check out what other content we have on our website. You'll be able to find that anywhere you receive this content. Thanks very much, Nazim. Thanks again.
Thank you, Merlin.